Dee dee dee. Ding 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 ding. Dee dee dee. Ding ding. Ding 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 ding. It's morning. June's Valentine's Day balloon alarm clock rang early. That quickly reminds June that they need to get up early so that they won't miss their trip to one of the most best places ever, the capital of France, which is Paris, or Paris, or Paris. I don't know if they call it parrot, but that's okay. Yeah. And so Bebe Boo Monkey and Apple were already woken up by the accident. And now their boat is near them. June gets to drive the boat. While Apple and Bebe Boo Monkey are having some fun. They open up the compartments. Yeah. Until... No! It's June's old peanut toy. Aw, but now it's soaked with water. What can we do? June has an idea. Good idea, June. Maybe she could use one of the balloon heaters to heat all the water up from the stuffy and dry it. Apple and Bebe Boo Monkey suddenly hear a sound in their deafening silence world. It's either a police car or an ambulance. They need to pray silently. And June too, while she is working on it. There we go. Now she needs to fight off the bacteria that's in the stuffy. There we go. Now we can continue the journey. The sun isn't so much fun to play with. The sand is so much fun to play with. There's a little crab walking down and making footsteps. Apple was bitten by the crab, but Bebe Boo Monkey thinks it's funny. Anyways, there's more. There are some shovels and stacks. You can make a sandcastle. Hey! There's a beach ball, a bucket of pails and shaves. This one. And the best part is, you can slide down on a water slide and splash in the water. Hold on, everyone. The journey is about to begin. Suddenly, a gust of wind blew from the air. Help! It's causing the boat to spin. But then suddenly, it made it spin too much. The peanut toy was flying up in the air and was lost. Her toy is about to fall to the waterfall. June is crying because her toy is missing. Baby Boo Monkey decides to be brave and go down the waterfall. Of course, flying there with his superpowers.
But then he saw a flying kite. And it saw it was heading right towards the toy, so he jumped onto it.
Yeah, that's faster with his superpowers so that he can cooperate to get the toy before they were off to Paris. Baby Boo Monkey had to keep all sharp lookouts for June's toy. But then at no time at all, he found June's toy. Doo-doo-doo. It was under the chair. Oh. Uh-oh, the boat is leaving. Baby Boo Monkey has to go up quickly. Right now, the boat is almost there to Paris.
And the thing flew away and landed in the water.
It's just in time.
But the wind accidentally blew her toy away again. And they couldn't catch it, and they thought it was lost forever. So they kept on going, June being so sad. Till June saw a heart balloon flying in the sky.
Yes, balloons can fly up. And suddenly, the toy got attached to it.
And then it was so heavy, and the balloon was so light that it started going down, enough where June could reach the monkey.
Yoo-hoo! Now we have to go quick before any more natural disasters can take June's toy again. Dun, 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 dun. It took them a few minutes.
And then they finally saw a car in the edge of the parking lot.
And before they knew it, they made it to Paris, France. There was the Eiffel Tower.
There's lots of places to buy hatchling eggs.
Yeah, and there are also a lot of other sights to see.
The hatchling eggs are where you get all of the eggs for your egg cartons, especially this one. This is the normal pack with 6 eggs. And there was even the special egg nest.
Woo! But since their vehicle is a boat, they need to pack it in the water.
It was the most specialist item. If anyone touched it, they would be sucked in. June had to swim a bit over here, so they could immediately jump onto their car that June rented for them all. So June tried to squeeze in the car. She got in perfectly, definitely, and then they got in perfectly. And then the toy was in. The boat closed up and the yacht left.
Yeah, their yacht left. And now what they had left is their little car.
So now June was driving it all the way to the entrance path, which if you didn't know, the entrance path was right here. So June had to drive on it. June drove on it. And she was finally let inside. And she started to
They have finally arrived. Ow! Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Uh-oh. Jude's toy was being left behind. They can look at the nests, but they should not touch them. Especially the rare one, because then they would be sucked. Dun, dun, dun! So, they looked at the nests. June thought her toy could look at it. Then, when she started to grab her toy, it's gone! She left it at the car. The car does police mode to whatever toy or accessory is being left behind on it or any other area.
And then they saw their car was done, but it was also a bit broken. So,
oh no! How are they going to travel to the other places without their car?
lucky for them, the fluffy bunny transportation service was just coming to the egg carton shop.
Hey!
Mm-hmm.
Hey!
The car was pulled away by the Paris wind, and it was put right to the fixing shop. It will be fixed in a jiffy.
Hey! So they hopped on the bunny one by one. Or 2 by 2, as I should say. Boing, boing. Next, they wanted to see the rare special bird nest. Boing, 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 boing. Boing, 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 boing. Darn, darn. Hey! Next, they looked at the nest. It was so beautiful. Hey! Ah! Jude's toy was lost again. Jude must take care of her old toy next time. Boing, boing, boing. Hey! Apple is about to tell the bunny something. Apple said you would like to see the Eiffel Tower next.
So the bunny immediately got her fast transportation bag.
Yes, she needed to pack stuff.
Because she was actually also getting ready for a visit to the Eiffel Tower. but she had to get ready with her bag. She was all ready to pull it. And she asked if anyone wanted to go inside the bag for more fun.
Yeah!
Of course, Baby Monkey and Apple could say yes. But when June tried to go in too, it was too small. And June didn't want her Peanut to get in the way. So she hugged Peanut one last time and put him in the box. Or the bag. Then she closed the bag up. And then the bunny offered for a ride.
Offered June for a ride, yes.
Yeah. Then.
It's good.
Yeah. Then June was on.
Okay, let's hop to it.
Okay, let's go. Here is the gift shop for the Eiffel Tower. If you want to shop for gifts like a postcard, shop now. I will call the Fluffy Bunny Transportation Service when you are ready, because this is still on your ride.
Well, the Eiffel Tower really isn't a ride. It's just, at the start, it has an elevator and some steps to take.
Yeah. So, everyone, you can go gift shopping now.
Sure.
Baby Monkey decided he was going to buy this Pusheen passport. So whenever he went to the Pusheen shop, he could always get a free 50% off. Apple thought he could buy a whole mini big model of the Eiffel Tower. He loved it so much, but it was so special that you could not even touch it, or you could not even break one chip out of it when you first got it. So he put it back in the box, nice and good as new, back in the gift shop. And then June decided she wanted to get the biggest, most Eiffel Tower-iest postcard for a part of her Christmas card of the year, because they were going to Paris for their Christmas vacation. Their summer vacation, and they were going to make it for their Christmas card. So June thought this would be perfect. They all got their items, but they didn't know where to put it. Before that, June decided she needed to call, and she asked who had the phone. And Baby Monkey tried to search it, and he found out by accidentally pressing this circle on the Pusheen card. It turned into a phone to call the Fluffy Bunny Transportation Service, or anyone. So he pressed that one, typed in the title, and then June called. I'm sorry, sir.
The call ended. Hey,
But the Fluffy Bunny Transportation Service was so busy, June, Apple, and Baby Boo Monkey didn't even realize it.
They were waiting patiently. Minutes later, they were so tired. They tried activities to do.
Till 2 minutes later, the bunny was finally ready. And then she called again.
I'm sorry?
June immediately told everyone that she was ready to take them to the Eiffel Tower.
And then, as fast as light, she zoomed really quick. She zoomed so quick, they even flew. And she saved the model because she didn't want it to break from Apple. But they landed right at the Eiffel Tower. But they knew they couldn't touch it. But they forgot to take their camera to take a picture. So they asked the bunny to get the camera for them.
I'm sorry, yeah.
And then she went back really far. Her head was really far. And she threw it. June caught it, but she almost touched the Eiffel Tower. Then they all took pictures. Baby Monkey, the best one.
Even though they can't exactly climb the Eiffel Tower, it's still a great memory to remember.
And then the bunny transportation and the Fluffy Bunny Transportation Service came because instead of them taking them home, she told them that their car was ready for pickup. And also, their house was the most expensive house ever in the apartments. And they could go right now. So, she made them take all their belongings.
But what about the other ones that are in here?
Yeah, we're going to do that next.
Oh, okay.
So that she told them to put all their stuff in their mini bag and carry their postcard. The giant one that June got, of course. And maybe even the small one. And then she said, "See you later." And she went away. But before she went away, she stopped almost falling off. Did it? She asked. And she said, "Do you guys want me to take you to where your car is?"
That was a yes.
So then they were going to go in, knowing Mr. Peanut was in there. Bebe Boo Monkey and Apple jumped in. And once again, this time without Peanut's step, June got on board.
June got on board on the bunny.
And then she hopped away. But before she did, she went in the elevator. Then she grabbed all their stuff with June holding it. And she held this and this for them. And she zoomed with the bunny hop. But everyone was secure, so no one fell, except the camera. And they stopped. June put down all her stuff, so tired. Baby Monkey and Apple came out, all energized.
Woohoo! Yay! Okay, maybe a bit too energized. Hey! And Jude's a bit too tired.
But
they really need the right apartment so that they can be active and finally get enough sleep throughout the day and night.
June was somehow still able to stay awake because she knew once she saw their car, she would be happy. And then the bunny took off her thing and looked for the medical vehicle or the medical thing to open it. And June was ready. She saw she had the fuzzy thingy. And she did it over here. And over there. And everywhere over the box. June was finally a bit awake.
Yay!
So then the bunny put back her supplies and put it back on and said, she said, "See you later."
June said bye, but then a gust of wind started blowing.
How? Baby Monkey was holding on like this. And he finally somehow managed to jump in the car. Apple too. But then they looked at their stuff and saw that Baby Monkey's high-tech phone was flying away. It couldn't hold on, and it was about to go in the deep boot pit.
And June also realized that her toy was gone. June is now sadder than ever.
June was crying outside. While the car was about to go inside, Baby Monkey had to do something quick. He used his tail flinging powers and grabbed it.
Like a zip line, he brought it all the way back.
Then he sat down and bring this.
But what about June's toy? Baby Boo Monkey had to search for June's toy.
But they had to find a way to make June happy when they got it. They looked everywhere. I mean, everywhere.
They even looked up high and very down low. Help! But then Baby Boo Monkey tripped and somehow got to the place where June's toy is. Help! The door opened a bit, and the mouse was falling a bit. It was really June's toy. But Baby Boo Monkey had to hurry up because soon the door is gonna close and it's gonna smush them.
You landed just when the wind stopped. The bunny said, I should be going now. See you later. They went in. The Paris card attached to their bumper.
Wait, but what about Apple?
Dinner! Where's Apple? Oh, don't worry, he's out there. He's also
Apple, you really had us fooled while making the video. You silly Apple.
You cheeky fooly Apple.
All right, now let's go to the hotel.
The bunny said, "Buzzer," which means bye-bye. They started to drive on the highways.
Which means they were about to go super fast.
And while they were passing, they saw the Eiffel Tower up really high. And they saw their apartment was really close to the Eiffel Tower, so they could look at it. And they could be so close to it, and it would still be its property. It's like they almost owned the Eiffel Tower. So they parked right where they lived in their parking area. And they got out all their things. Apple smushed in there, fooling us again. Apple, of course, came at last.
Apple was stuck on the car floor for a minute.
Yep. Peanut was put in the bag just because Peanut was very unsafe. And the card was put in the bag.
It can't really exactly fit. Oh, it can.
And then they went inside. And they saw they had to take an elevator to their apartment. So they went through the soups. And they decided they were going to take more than one trip on the elevator. So they left most of their belongings. So they left all of their belongings down, but except left June there. Then Baby Monkey and Apple went up, ready to help at the upstation. So they went up. They wanted to know how to do it. And Apple accidentally hit the wall. And they started going up. June was paying attention, so she knew exactly what to do when she got up. Then they saw they jumped down in the basket. And then they jumped out, knowing they could use this as a bed, but they had to keep it for when June was jumping. And they saw there was a lot of space to run. There was an extra bathtub, there was a bathtub with showers, and there was even another extra play elevator.
Beep.
Woohoo! Then June had to come down. So she went through again, and she saw the elevator was just resetting.
Darn.
She placed her bag, she standed, and she pushed it with her feet. She was going up, up, and up, till her head hit the ceiling.
Ow!
She had to kind of bend down a bit,
Ow!
but she got in there with her bag,
Drink.
feeling how soft and cozy it was in there.
Hmm.
Then she took out the bag and asked Apple to go get the next thing. And the way to climb up was really easy. He jumped in the basket and climbed up and grabbed the ledge. Then asked her to go down. It went down really faster than the other one. Apple went through the tubes again, but this was way too big to go for the tubes. So he jumped over the tube, went on the pathway, and he used it. He almost didn't get up, and his car almost fell because he was very clumsy. He had to put it in his mouth. And he had to throw it from his mouth into the basket. And then Apple jumped in.
Hey, yeah. Oh, they got their last thing.
And then finally, the basket was taken to their bedtime nap place.
Hey.
June knew they were going to be there for a long time. So then she decided to look around.
Yeah, they were going to be there for, how many days?
We'll just do 5.
Yeah, 5 days.
They saw there was a couch. Of course, Apple immediately went to bed on it. And Bebe Boo Monkey just relaxed in it. He didn't go to bed, though. He was staying awake.
Oh.
And he also saw there was something in there. And he grabbed it and tasted it. And it was Paris French milk. So he drank it on the sofa, being very careful not to spill any. And being very careful not to fall on the floor. He was sucking it. June, on the other hand, was getting unpacked. She was unpacking the card, her peanut, and the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower was definitely something Apple would sleep next to. So she decided to put back the Paris hat, but she decided she's going to wear it. So she put it on. And then it was worn. She was wearing it. She was so delighted about it. Then she put this back. Then she had her monkey. And she didn't know where to put it. She knew she couldn't put it on the sofa because they were both sitting on the sofa. She knew she couldn't put it over in her grabbing area because she would forget it was there. So she decided she's going to put it in the bed. So she jumped in the bed and she put Peanuts right in her spot. She hugged Peanuts again, one last time, and kept Peanut right there. She jumped out and saw the bag. She wondered what to do with it. So she just put it right there. Wow. She put this right by here. And last but not least, she put her card right here. And she tried hanging it up higher, but that didn't work. So she had to keep it down here. There.
But it's still fine. June still likes it a bit.
Yeah. But there was also this there too. And once she started playing the music, she heard Baby Monkey start to yawn. He still had the taste in his milk. But he went to bed because that music, after only 5 seconds, he'd go to bed.
Yeah, and that warm milk helped him sleep.
And then June, very quietly, where it sounded like the music was still playing in their head, she turned it off. And then she realized she was done editing all her stuff. And she walked over to see what was going on over here. And she saw things that looked familiar.
Hey.
She laid them on the ground on the carpet so they wouldn't get dirty. And looked at the heart balloon really closely and noticed something about it.
Huh?
It was the same exact balloon that saved her little stuffy Peanuts. And then June thought maybe this was just a coincidence. And she put it to the side. Then she looked at the kites and looked at it and saw it was the same exact that big. Let's go to flashback. It was the same exact. Let's do a flashback. It was the same exact when Bebe Boo Monkey was flying over to get the toy. And then he was flying back. And June was so shocked. She couldn't be too loud about it though, because she didn't want to wake up her friends. But this was no coincidence. It had something to do with Peanuts. So she knew it wasn't a coincidence, and she knew that this place was made just for her and her friends. And the gifts of nature came back to her. So she knew that Bebe Boo Monkey and Apple didn't have a strong memory, especially Apple. He was the one who had the worst memory. So she quietly tiptoed. And she put the natural resources back. And she felt the floor was really slippery. Unless she was on the carpet. And she didn't want Bebe Monkey or Apple to fall. So she quietly put this right here so when they fell, they didn't slide all over the place. He would have just been calm when he fell down and go to sleep on the rug. But this is what would happen if June didn't put... This is what would happen if June decided, you know what? Let's put this rug for the bed instead of the couch. And while she was putting it, she wouldn't know. The apple would fall off. And that was the most especially slippery place. And he started slipping all around. So that's why you have to be careful of what you put. So then, June finally put the carpet and and then she put it just as Apple fell. He went to bed in it. And she quietly picked him up and put him right back where he was sleeping. It was the same soft material. And now, June wanted to do something. And she was thinking of what to do. Well, it was already almost nighttime when she looked at the clock. And by this time, Apple was just about to start. At this time, Bebe Monkey was just finishing his bath when Apple had already finished his bath. They were finishing their night baths. And Apple was sitting there. Apple was going up Apple slid down. Having so much fun, looking at himself in the mirror.
Hey.
And he was shaking his tail. Then he walked away. And then, Bebe Boo Monkey's thing finally opened. Then he looked at himself. Then he walked inside. And June was the only one left to take a bath. And they both decided they didn't want to go to they didn't want to go on the elevator, both of them. So June suggested they went to bed because it was already 9 p.m. at their time of only their first day. So June took them. She placed them in their spots. Not in June's spot though. June slept like this. They slept like that, and she slept a peanut. Yeah, they all slept on top of each other, practically. So,
but they could still breathe.
Yeah. So she knew the perfect combination to help Baby Monkey go to sleep. But she was out of the Paris French milk, so she had to re-put it. She placed the favorite cup that makes him think it's probably it. She found the brew for it. She placed it. She heated it up. Then she poured it in for the milk. Then she put it back. She took off her Paris hat. And she grabbed her own bottle that she filled up with the milk. And she would just drink it that often. She left it right there. Then she took the baby milk. And she knew the only way that Baby Monkey would start sleeping was that he needed his milk. So he gave him the milk. He told them a really nice bedtime story.
Basa means the end.
And then he turned off the light. And Baby Monkey and Apple were already falling asleep. Especially Apple. He fell asleep in the middle of the story. Then June finally said that she was going to take a bath. So she was the one who mostly didn't put up a thing to do that. And so she just immediately took this out. Didn't really use it that much.
June really yawned at that time.
She placed her towel and she showered. And then when she was all done, she stepped out. She grabbed her towel and circled herself, and she covered herself in it. She covered herself in it, and she was nice and warm. Then she checked at herself in the mirror. And June thought she looked pretty silly. Then June finally walked out of there, and she went to dress up. She dressed back in her nice warm clothes, and she knew that in the morning they were going to have to use this. This was the most useful thing in the house. This blanket. This one was useful for like coming in.
This video is already 44 minutes now.
And it's only the first day. But don't worry. The other 4 days are going to go by way faster. So,
Yes, the time is just going to pass by very fast in this video.
then he took out the thing that Baby Monkey was eating.
Drinking.
Yeah. Then put it back up on the scale. And then she finally went to bed. She grabbed her little toy Peanut. She was sliding her leg. She slid her legs under Baby Monkey. Grabbed Peanut once more. Hugged Peanut and fell asleep. Little did Apple know, in the next morning, it was 8 a.m. in the morning, and this was actually also an alarm clock. And the way to stop it was to touch the red button. June fought and assumed that, so she tried it when it woke her up. Let's go see Paris.
Wait, it's not morning yet.
Pretend it's morning.
No. I'm actually going to have to do something. It was nighttime, and they were sleeping peacefully. 4 days later,
It was their last day. June woke up bright and early.
They have spent their daily necessities for the whole entire hotel room, and they were so far excited. On the last 4 days later, they traveled to amazing places and sometimes traveled to the same ones again and again.
They even traveled to the big bucket of Azonia.
Yeah, last time they traveled to that place. And now they were about to get ready to pack up and leave the hotel room so that they could go home. All right. June immediately told Baby Boo Monkey and Apple that they were leaving.
So they all decided to start packing up their things. But they had to pack up their things that they did when they were first going on day 1. Day 1, they bring nothing but peanuts, and that was all.
Yep. All right. Now.
But now they had to bring more than that.
They
They put peanut in the bag. And after the girl got lotion, she put it in there.
The card.
Yeah, the
That
card
Baby
phone.
Boo Monkey always wanted.
The card phone. Sorry about that.
It's okay. The gust of wind blew the toy off, but June, Apple, and Baby Boo Monkey didn't even realize it and think it was okay. Hey.
But then the wind blew it back in there. Happily.
June was shocked.
She thought it was all just the image. Knowing as long as her baby peanut was in there, everything was okay. So she decided to. So a day before, on day 3, she asked the fluffy bunny manager if she could bring this home, and she said yes. So she quickly folded it up and slid it inside.
All right, this is the last thing we're packing, and then we're going.
They didn't forget.
This one. Okay, now that they're all packed up, they can go from where they came on the first day, but backwards.
Yes. They even gave this to Jill. They told her keep it. So they grabbed all their items. They hugged everything, and they also bring back some French milk. Then they went down, and they asked for and then instead of asking for the Funny Bunny transportation service, they got in their car. They were acting like they didn't know the Funny Bunny or the Fluffy Bunny transportation service. They acted like they didn't know it because they were acting like they were going backwards.
Hey.
So they went in, this time Apple not being cheeky like he did in the first day.
Yeah, being lost.
Peanut was put under the seat where Apple was being cheeky. They were putting that. And last but not least, to show they were going from Paris, they put it in.
Down.
It wasn't fitting anymore those days. But it still fit. Enough.
All right. Now they can go to their boat so that they can make it to home.
This time they had a lot more things. But they could still go perfectly. And their last time, they took their last picture of the Eiffel Tower. And then they finally walked out. And the day that they left, the pathway has disappeared. The only way left was stopping and saying bye to the bunny.
That means bye-bye.
And the bunny saw it was dumb. She was really happy. And she said, bye. And she said, which was have a great time. And then they zoomed away.
And that means bye-bye.
Yeah. They parked the car right where they found it. Exactly how they found it. And the boat came to the edge that it could.
Because the boat can only maintain water.
June grabbed her thing, and then she grabbed this, put it right there. There was a lot of things. She almost lost baby Peanut, but Peanut was being cheeky. Peanut was put in the sand. Peanut was put in the sand because he couldn't get dirty.
And now he's very sandy.
But it's okay. We can clean him off. We'll put him on the beach ball.
Or maybe we can put him in the water.
Yeah. Though we don't want him to get too wet.
Yeah.
So then Apple slid down to the water. Apple was playing in it. And then they finally took their last items. June put it right there. It was her favorite color, orange, so she loved it so much. Then she finally...
Actually, her favorite color is blue, and her second favorite color is orange.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah. She loved it still.
Yeah.
And she started sailing the boat away, back to their normal habitat, or house.
Yeah, house. Well, it could actually be a bit of a habitat because Apple and Baby Boo Monkey are both animals.
Yeah. And June is a human, which is a mammal, which is an animal.
Well, some people in the best case scenario do not call humans like creatures or animals or something. Like they just call them mammals or animals. The only animals that wear clothes or like eat healthy foods or the only animals that go to school or something. They're the only animals that can do their spatial needs than other animals.
They finally had arrived.
Woo! They have finally arrived back home, which is over here. They started to get everything back. It was a fun time at Paris. Today. Ha ha! But they just discovered that when they went home, it was nighttime again. So it's time for them to go to sleep on the last day, which is on home.
Which is at home.
At home, yes. And then, as soon as nighttime came, Baby Boo Monkey, Apple, and June immediately knew that they need to go to sleep.
They saw that people were going to greet them. And they put a shoe toy for Apple to chew on that he's been missing.
Oh.
Another chimpanzee that one of the old chimpanzee friends.
Oh.
And little brushes for Baby Monkey, Apple, and Peanut. And last but not least, right under was the drying stroller, where you put anything in it and it dries. It doesn't even have to be a windy day. But they forgot about June. And when one person thought, and when one little person thought that
Dang,
out,
dang, dang, dang,
and when
dang,
the
dang.
host of the shop thought that they were finally back, not believing it, she still went there just to try it.
Yes.
And even if they did, she put on all her surprise gear, not knowing it was actually worth it.
Yes. After that, she needed to go to sleep because it's nighttime now.
Yeah. So she grabbed all her stuff, and while they weren't looking, she put on her mermaid tail or her mermaid fins with her mermaid tail, put it behind her cat tail, and she put on her cat-sea bow.
Yeah. And they weren't realizing that the camera is only at 10%.
Did it? But don't worry, this story is about to end.
Yes.
So,
They need to shop for special things over here very quickly. Then they need to go to bed.
yep. Deary also got ready with his ice cream costume on.
You mean Icy.
Yeah, Icy also got a fake costume on.
And also, this is Elena, right? Yeah, this is Elena over here.
Yeah, Elena.
The blue and green eye.
And she finally put out their old shopping bags, the things they missed the most. But they couldn't get it yet.
Then
Because they saw Elena was there to surprise them. Surprise! Hey! You can't get the stuff yet. You cheeky apple. You're such a stealer. You can't get it yet. You get it for free, but you can't get it immediately. You ought to at least be greeted. It's fine. Welcome back.
Hey.
They missed you so much.
Dang, dang, dang.
And guess what? We found one of the most specialist bags ever.
Jesus.
That's it. Do you want us to take it away from you and I give it to you?
No.
Then please don't get it. Icy is taking the new bag. It's the pink bag. Now you can start getting your stuff, but you have to put it in a bag.
I know. I mean, yeah. Wait. Apple cannot talk right now.
So,
I'm the narrator.
so Bebe Boo Monkey put in her brushes that
His brushes.
his brushes that he was going to share. Apple put it in his toy, and then June took away one of the extra bags, and she put her little new chimpanzee, or her old chimpanzee that she just forgot, back in the box till she realized she wanted one for Peanut too.
Yes, all right. And now they were about to go off to sleep.
Yep, it was really late.
Yes, they were about to get tired.
They brought their bags home.
They barely had any energy that Apple and Bebe Boo Monkey were finally not active anymore.
Yes, they finally got to their little house.
Wait, that's not their house.
Where is their house?
Their house is over there, remember? On the first day, Jude woke them up here.
Oh.
Well, that's okay. That's how you're learning.
Yeah. Let's just say that they were borrowing that place for the early exit for their trip. Let's just say that.
Are you sure?
Let's just say that.
Okay, fine.
Bebe Boo Monkey took off his blue bow. And he put it right next to where he slept.
Dang. Because he doesn't want his blue bow to be in an uncomfortable position. He doesn't want it to be damaged while he's sleeping in a position. Since in case it's intense, like sleeping upside down or on your back.
He covered himself and said goodnight to himself.
That means good night to his mind, to himself.
Yes. June, of course, had to prize possession her toys so much she had to put them on a little nice throne.
1 hour has passed, getting them ready for bed.
Now, June finally got ready for bed. She tucked in the corner and went to sleep. Not like Baby Boo Monkey, who thinks he has to be ready for anything. Then Apple curled up in his curlers,
Hey!
not even needing that much of the blanket. But he curled up, swiveled in, and he was sleeping upside down today. He covered himself and went to bed. Everyone had different ways of sleeping.
But that's okay, because that's just their habit of sleeping and making their life as comfortable as they can be to their whole community. Hey, I rhymed to be in community a bit.
Yes, June had her prized possession diamond
I rhymed a bit.
shining light on her. And finally, the last night ring to know everyone should be asleep is when the owl hoos.
Time to go to sleep.
Oh, and don't forget. And don't forget, Baby Monkey has his extra little old bottle cup in there. And they had their night light that shines really bright for the night.
Although they need darkness to sleep like humans, they still need a nightlight so that they're not scared.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not in pitch dark. Because, I think researchers show that when there's pitch dark, the human brain can only adapt to a bit and can barely sleep or, live its life properly.
Mm-hmm. So then finally, every one of them, especially Baby Monkey, went to bed happily ever after.